Hey, what's going on? It's Rick here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Speck CandyShell Grip for the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, I picked this up at my local Best Buy, although I am hearing reports that you can now get it at Target as well. This comes in about 4 different colors, I believe. There is a white with black for the grip area. There is a pink. There's a black with blue. And then I picked this one up at Best Buy for about $39.99. And it's this kind of lighter blue with a different shade of blue for the grip. So let me show you the packing that it comes in real quickly here. And it is drop tested to meet or exceed military standards, which I believe is like 6 feet. And they do have the raised rubber grips on it, which they say it's easier for texting. I find it's actually easier to hold in the hand than the iPhone by itself. Let's pull the scale into view. 0 grams on the scale, nothing inside of the case. Popping it on, 48 grams. So it really doesn't feel all that heavy. Some of these cases I put on and they just make the phone feel very heavy. This one feels really, really good, and it is quickly becoming my go-to case. That's what the inside looks like. This is kind of a co-molded case with this area as well as the inside, so it's going to survive drops and things like that really well. I'm going to put this on off camera because it's hard to do at an angle. It's a little tricky to fit it in place at an angle, so I'm going to pull it out of frame. Basically what you want to do is put this corner in and then gently push it all the way around. Now, before I do that, let me also call this out. Some people who are concerned about bending of the phone, this gives very little bend to it. So I'd be, comfortable saying that if you're concerned about bending of your iPhone, this is going to do a pretty decent job of preventing that. So let me pop the phone into the case and we'll come back and take a look at it up close. Okay, so the case is on the phone, and as I mentioned, it's a little bit difficult to do at an angle. That's why I did it off camera, but I work the top edges and then I gently push the rest of the phone into place. It's a bit tricky, but it fits fine, and just go slow when you're installing it and you'll be fine as well. As far as screen shields go, this does come up a little bit over the edge, so you might run into some compatibility issues with some screen shields out there. I don't use one on mine. Here's what it looks like down below. Ample room for the headphone connector. So if you've got oversized connectors, you really shouldn't run into too much of an issue there. Same thing goes with the lightning connector. However, don't go thinking you can dock this because it is a bit deep. There is your speaker cutout, and that's what that looks like. Along this side, you can see you've got button coverage. I'll come back to that in a minute. Up along the top, you can see what it looks like all enclosed. Button coverage here, and then there is your mute switch, which is very, very easy to get to. Even with my thumb, I can get to it, no problem. Now, the buttons are extremely responsive. You get a great feel when pressing them, and I have no issues. There's no lack of response whatsoever. So those buttons are really done right. Here is the back side, and you can see what this looks like. Now, traditionally, candy shells have always scratched up along the back. These are still going to do that. You're going to notice it with some of the darker colors especially. However, because of these raised edges or these raised areas, thus the name the grip, and you might catch it there, it raises up ever so slightly that when you put it on its back, you're going to not really run the risk of scratching this up as much, but it's still going to show some wear and tear. And it's also going to show fingerprints. So the darker colors will definitely show that. This one doesn't show it as much because it's a little bit lighter. There's your camera cutout. I like it that it's not oversized. It's lined in black. There's no issues with it whatsoever with whiteout or washout in photos or videos when the LED flash fires. Now, this is a really, really nice case. I don't know if you're going to catch it here. I've been running with this now for just under a week, and I will say, notice here, and I don't pocket my phone, I just generally carry it around. Sometimes I'll throw it in a jacket pocket. It is showing signs of wear, a little bit of color transfer all the way around the lip here. So if you've got one of the ones that has lighter color there, you may actually see that a little bit more than what you see it on mine here. So that's a point. The other thing I want to keep an eye on is right here and right here. There's no hard plastic reinforcement here, and I suspect that's for ease of removal, but I want to see how that holds up. Some candy shells have been known to break in these areas, so we're going to have to wait and see. But overall, I'm very impressed with this case. It does come in at a little bit higher price point at the $39.99 price point, but I will tell you, this, at least for now, is now my new go-to case. I like the grips. It's not going to be something for everyone. Feels very comfortable in the hand, not too bulky, gives a great level of protection, and those buttons work just fine. It's Speck's CandyShell Grip for the iPhone 6 Plus, and it's available now. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, as always, please feel free to let me know. You can hit me up on Twitter at Metagamers, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody, and have fun.